Hey everyone, it's Ivan, KitBadger.com, here to bring you another gear review, and today we're talking about the 5.45x39mm barrels by Ballistic Advantage. Backing up, what is 5.45x39? Why would we want a barrel chambered in it? 5.45x39 is basically the Russian equivalent of our 5.56. It's the AK-74 round. Smaller, lighter bullet than your 7.62x39. Why would we want a barrel? Well, admittedly, the cost effectiveness of it is nothing like what it used to be. The ATF pretty much ruined it. What they said was this is a armor-piercing pistol round because you could technically make a 5.45 pistol just like you can make a pistol out of AR. And with 5.56, you have steel core penetrator, which is something that you also have in the 5.45 rounds, some of them. So they said, hey, basically this is an armor-piercing pistol round. We're not going to import it anymore. So pretty much wrecked the surplus market. You used to be able to get this really, really cheap. Albeit you can still find it for about 20 cents a round, which still makes it generally cheaper to shoot than your 5.56. As you can see, rounds are pretty similar. Case geometry is definitely different. Straight wall is coming up further. This wall is tapered. And as you can see, the bullet is actually longer on the 5.45 than on the 5.56. But ultimately, fairly similar dimensionally. One good thing though is that neither of these will chamber in respective barrel, whether it's 5.56 into a 5.45 barrel or 5.45 into a 5.56 barrel. Neither will chamber, so no issue there as far as accidentally blowing your barrel up. If you're unfamiliar with Ballistic Advantage, they're a barrel manufacturer here in the US. They're out of Florida. Make all different calibers barrels, different profiles, materials, everything you're looking for. They also make some specialty stuff. So for our 5.45x39, one of the things we need is a bolt for 5.45x39 because of that difference dimensionally. And in addition to that, a lot of surplus ammo you get is going to have corrosive primers. So it's throwing some corrosive material back into your rifle system. Consequently, the bolt is actually coated in nickel boron to deal with all the corrosiveness. Works great. Throw it in there. Same firing pin, bolt carrier group, everything else is your regular 5.56 rifle. Just throw this guy in to go with your barrel. And then the last thing we need to actually feed those 5.45x39 rounds, magazine. You can jam these rounds into a regular 5.56, may or may not feed reliably. You definitely won't get 30 in, but company Ammunition Storage Components, ASC, makes specifically made 5.45x39 magazines. Work great, hold 30 rounds. How does a 5.45 perform? Pretty much like 5.56. As I mentioned, the big advantage is kind of past its heyday, thanks to the ATF, of being able to get this really cheap and shoot something through an AR platform that wasn't going to cost anywhere near as much as shooting 5.56. Because performance-wise, being able to throw a upper on here, barreled, and just exchange out that bolt, really easy to have something really cheap to shoot comparable to your 5.56. But still pretty affordable all in all. Ballistic Advantage, pretty much all their different caliber offerings, offer a number of different barrel lengths as well. This upper often stays on a pistol lower of mine. A buddy of mine was recently visiting, went out to the range, did some shooting, and he's like, so is there any practical purpose for that thing whatsoever? And I was like, well, of course there is. Like, say in a defensive situation, you need to shoot to stop a threat. And in the effort of stopping that threat, you not only want to shoot that person, but you also want to burn them, and deafen them, and blind them. Then this is probably the upper of choice. I lovingly refer to this little guy as the Dragon, which becomes immediately clear why. Most certainly not the first choice for using nods or night ops where you want to kind of preserve your night vision. All in all, some pretty cool stuff by Ballistic Advantage. One thing to take note of is, again, using all this surplus ammo, some of the primers are pretty hard. So if you don't have something with a strong hammer spring, like a Geisley trigger, you'll want to get like a Wolf extra power hammer spring go ahead and throw in your lower. As far as the barrels, all made out of 4150 chrome moly steel, really durable, really strong, and M4 feed ramps, which are coated with Fail Zero nickel boron coating. Again, helping with any type of corrosion, anything along those lines. Coming in a couple different sizes, last time I checked, 10.5 inch as well as 16 inch, around 170 to 190. And then their bolts, again, nickel boron coated for 5.45x39, about 85 bucks. You can pick them up at ballisticadvantage.com. A lot of really cool stuff. As always, thanks for joining us at kitbadger.com. Look forward to seeing you next time.